Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name's Michael, I'm the Devil's Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition Gatewalkers, our epic, intrepid adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing Patreons who support the channel, help me keep the lights on, and do all these cool, crazy, and amazing things. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hi!
Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
folks.
Oh,
Yeah, hi, so good to see you all. And we have a full table today, which is always a blessing. For those of you who celebrate this beautiful Father's Day in the United States, happy Father's Day to all dads of all shapes and sizes. We hope that you are celebrated in good spirit, good fortune, and good health. Now, before we kick off, we have, of course, a number of awesome and amazing things to talk about. First and foremost is that we are getting close to our DAG survival check for the month. We are at 85%, which is absolutely incredible. Neil pointed that out earlier on, and I was like, what? No, it's not. And then I looked at it, and I was like, holy crap. Guys, thank you so much. It has been truly amazing to have you guys continue to support the channel and do these cool and wonderful things. Yeah, like I said, there are still background plans for extra content and stuff, which will give you guys bonuses and things like that. Just, stuff, but, your support and your continued endorsement of my channel goes such a long way in allowing me to do all of these cool things. So thank you very much, guys. You guys are amazing. Now, before we kick off, we have some sponsors to thank, starting, of course, with Hero Forge for the wonderful art you see on stream here. All the character tokens are made using an amazing 3D model-making software that allows you to design, print, and have sent to you these cool little minis. Look at them. Aren't they amazing? If it focuses. Yeah, it's fine. He'll focus. There we go. Boom. Yeah, they're so cool. So yeah, go get these. They're amazing. Then, of course, we have Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice. Behind me, you can see all the images, the maps, the dice roller, all that is done using Fantasy Grounds for our VTT, which helps connect all my players and myself to this epic adventure. So there's that as well. And Sirenscape for the wonderful array of sounds that you will hear throughout the course of the game. All of the incredible soundscapes that you hear, the music, the ambience, all comes courtesy of Fantasy Grounds, which helps my players immerse themselves into the adventure that I am weaving. So yeah, there's that. Now, as we know, a role-playing game is a storytelling experience in which my players take on the role of the protagonist of the adventure and embark on epic quests and tales dictated by yours truly. So without them, we have no vehicle in which to transport ourselves to this world. So to find out more about the characters that they're going to be playing, I'm going to turn my attention now over to the players themselves to tell us about the characters that they are embarking on today's session with, starting with none other than our dear and wonderful friend, OG Lava Kitten.
Hello. Hi, everybody. OG Lava Kitten playing as Lushara, an elven witch who has gone on more adventures than she ever thought because she thought she was an NPC. But she has a familiar named Magnus who can turn into a Hellcat. She's got a little bunny friend named Monty. She has the spirit of another elf in her named Avalon. And she's got shiny moon eyes now due to taking upon a curse from, was it a night hag? I think. Something like that. Anyway, yeah, so she's adventuring to find her brother and has stumbled across all of this and is traveling with all of her companions to find out what's going on and ultimately find her brother.
All right. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Schooly Eye, who plays the role of Bilritar.
Yes, the angry dwarf who was on a mission of vengeance. Some of the vengeance might have been satisfied by going through the gate, but the way he was lied to. As the objects of his wrath remained, at least until the group witnessed him encountering the majority of the band in question. Needless to say, I think their opinion of Bill Retard changed quite a bit that day. But unfortunately, the prime target of his wrath still lives, and he's having to put up with that target on a daily basis. least for now.
Yep, and he is he's still giving you the middle finger from the back of the boat. Then, of course, we have playing the role of Rongal, our dear friend Neil from Immersion Diversion.
Hello, yes, Rongol, the Lashunta from Castrovel. He's very knowledgeable on creatures and the supernatural slash curses. Um, and his goal. I mean, the players still kind of, or the players still kind of need or haven't been able to find out what exactly. But I've said this before here in this place. His current goal is to make a guild hall, like basically for player for people to gather. You know, not just Lashuntas, but because he's met people have came to Castrovel from other times as well. So he wants to he came through a gate, saw his guild hall on the other side, was tempted, went through and came out changed. Still wishes to get that, but has traveled with the party to figure out the gate memories he lost as well. Maybe he can invite this new group of friends he met to join his guild in the future. And he takes names from monsters he kills for future guildmate titles.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Und then we have Aelith, our elven ranger, played by the wonderful, indomitable, and incredible Jen.
Hello, I play Aelith, and on the journey to find family, home, lost time like everybody else, and came upon this group while they were trying to save a unicorn. And she's tagged along ever since and has done her best to protect when she can, help when just is there to help.
Nice. Perfect.
Hopefully find answers.
Love it. All right. Fantastic. And then we have, last but not least, playing the role of Viv, who is presently taking care of their partner. We have the wonderful and amazing McBluff, aka Mac, who is basically a manifestation of a childhood wish from a young person who was sent through the Aodara. But instead of the child returning, instead it was a animated puppet, a magical doll that is basically able to manifest its own version of the child that it was seeking. On its journey, it made friends, it learned about the world, and eventually, thanks to the efforts of a fae priest, witch, something, was cast into the realm of the fae and regurgitated no longer as a puppet, but as a full flesh and blood human. So that's something that is being adjusted to very, very slowly as well. So yeah, Viv is now a fully formed, functioning human. But yeah, that's our group. Now, guys, before we kick off again, we have some people to thank, and that is, of course, our lovely audience members. You guys are the freaking gems of this show. You guys help me, inspire me, you encourage me, you motivate me every single time to come and do this with, I mean, of course, my players do as well, but, honestly, you guys make every single stream worthwhile just by being here, just by watching the show, and by, constantly throwing your support. But of course, if you wish to continue to support the Dead Aussie Gamer channel, there are a number of ways that you can help Dag continue to eat solid food. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points. These channel points can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game while you're watching. Inspiration, insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, and much, much more. Take that. All of these channel points you earn for free just for watching the show. If you are so inclined as well, feel free to subscribe to the channel, because subscribers earn channel points a little bit quicker, which, hey, means that you can unlock the bigger and better stuff. Then, of course, we have our monetary donations, which go towards the DAG survival check for the month, as well as gives more tangible things for my players to use and enjoy during the game. First of all, for $5, you can donate one of these red marks to a player of your choosing, or a purple mark to me. The red marks are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. The purple marks are jinx points that can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or make things slightly more complicated. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks of cards I have in front of me. The first deck is a deck of plot twists and flashbacks, which inspire the story and change up the mood or the pacing of what we are doing based on whatever random plot twist or event seems to be pulled from this deck. So I have that in front of me. The other $10 reward is a deck of heroic actions, where a player of your choice gets a free use heroic action that gives them a pretty useful power, honestly, and an emergency hero point should they wish to use it at a opportune time. Then we have, of course, our $20 donation, which is the coveted golden natural 20, which is a natural 20 for all intents and purposes. It's a critical hit, it's a critical success. Sometimes that is exactly what you need in order to tell a good story, so that is what you can provide to a player of your choosing. Now we have 3 tiers for our $50 donation. The first is a boss buff, where you can increase the difficulty of a challenge the group is facing. Basically, they go toe-to-toe with a massive boss that gets an increase to their power, the circumstances surrounding them. It is a huge complication that definitely throws things very quickly out of hand. Then, of course, we have our $50 magic item that you can provide to a player of your choosing. This can be a homebrew item you design. You can ask me to design a piece of a set for that particular person. Once they collect all the pieces of the set, there's like this group set bonus for them, which is kind of cool. Then, of course, we have our $50 Harrow reading, where I draw from the magical deck of Harrow fortune-telling cards and read out the prophecy. If our heroes either lean into or directly away from that prophecy, their attempts are considered to be a critical hit. And, of course, they will get bonuses based on whichever attribute is assigned to that particular reading, where they will get a plus 1d6 to every roll made with that attribute involved, and once per scene they will get a reroll on any skill, ability, or whatever using said attribute as well. So those are our $50 donations. And then we have our $100 secret menu item, and this is a fun one. This is going to be it. This is going to be a thing. Now, I haven't run this past my players, and normally I would, but I want to encourage my players to embrace the unknown. And if someone has a very strong objection, I am going to put the little asterisk of, if there is a strong objection, we're not going to do that particular thing. But in essence, the cops are coming after you. In the event we have our $100 secret menu item, a player of your choosing will be sought after by the Cheliax Navy and Hell Knights in order to be tried and potentially either imprisoned or executed, depending on the nature of their crime, for something that they have potentially done. I say potentially, that they have potentially done in the nations that are aligned with Cheliax. They will stand trial. They will go through this whole thing where they will have to prove their innocence. We will go through the whole court proceedings of trying to arrest someone. And more importantly, as to whether or not they're guilty of said crime, there will be a random roll to determine if they did it or not. So it is purely random. You will not get to decide if you did or you did not. It will be we roll a dice. You either, you did, you didn't, or maybe there was circumstances. Maybe you were framed. I've got like a little D6 table in front of me here for that. So we'll find out if you actually were guilty or not. Because there's one where you're guilty but you're unaware of your guilt, and there's one where you are innocent but only because you believe so. Then, of course, we have the $100 secret menu item. Why is that so important? Why would I do this to you? Because you, whoever donates the $100, get to decide not only the person, but the crime for which they are being tried. Now, this could be anything, and I mean anything. You could try them for exhuming the corpse of a chicken, adorning it on their head, and then parading themselves through the Temple of Pharasma. Sure, fantastic. 100% that is the crime they are on trial for. And I will roll a dice to see if they actually fucking did it.
Lishara and Aelith aren't allowed to donate to Rongul being accused for tree hating.
Fair. Now, I will put some, I will put some things on it because we are of course in a place where we are a very, very supportive community and a very supportive table. So we have three things that are a no-go just out the gate. First of all, sexual assault of any way, shape, or variety is definitely a no. So we are not going to be doing a sexual assault. The second is no gratuitous harm. Now, I say gratuitous very specifically here. No gratuitous harm to children or animals is also those are also off the tables. Now, if you smacked a horse and sent it flying, or burnt down a stables, which accidentally led to the death of several horses, okay, that's fine. That's not gratuitous. Do you know what I mean? But if you very gratuitously brought harm to either of these things, that's a no-go for those
Accidentally
crimes.
threw a horse off a cliff.
I mean, you could have, yeah, no, absolutely. Like you may have stolen the king's horse, tied it to a tree, left for 2 seconds, came back, and the horse was on the bottom of the cliff. You know, like
the king's horses and the king's men.
Yeah, that's
they couldn't
could be a whole bunch of things. But yes, so that is our secret menu item for the die. So there you go. Now I will also add in the extra bits here. Here's the extra bit. Every secret menu item that gets donated, a different character can be put on trial for a different crime.
Yes.
So if we for whatever reason end up making $500 in today's stream, done. The whole group arrested. And by the way, you are gonna love. I mean, because this character, the actual person who is gonna be chasing after them, she is an amazing character, and I'm gonna milk her for everything she's worth in this story. So I'm just gonna put this out there. Even if you don't donate it, it's gonna be a good one. So, who's ready to get playing?
You've had donations come through, by the way.
Have I? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. What do we have? We have a $5 donation from Christina. Christina, you are a lovely bean. Thank you so much. You wonderful and amazing person. A hero point. Ooh, for OG. Look at that. All right, OG. A hero point from Christina.
Christina's the best.
Boom. She is the
Well,
best.
everybody's the best.
Everybody's the best. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have a $40 donation from Marcus. Full plot twist. You bastard. Yeah, okay, fine. Now, Marcus, because you've asked for 4, we are going to go with 4 random ones. Or would you like me to do 3 random ones and then let you choose out of the 3 for the 4th one? Let me know. I'm going to do at least 3 first, but let me know if you want to pick out of the 3 for the last one. Okay, here we go. So, plot twist number 1. Kaboom! We have Broken for our first one. So Broken is our first plot twist, which is an interesting one for a ghost ship that's barely sailing. Random for all 4. Done and done. Boom! Oops. Oh, God. Sorry, 1 second. I dropped... Oh, shit, I dropped a bunch of them. Hold on. Oh, God. I thought I dropped 1 or 2, but I didn't. I dropped like...
I was going to say, isn't you dropping the decks is why the deck got mixed with your flashbacks.
I think it was, actually. Okay, here we go. Aha! All right, we have Earworm. The fuck am I going to do with Earworm? Okay. Earworm.
Oh, no.
Rungul starts singing sea shanties.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Lashington sea shanties.
And then we have...
In everyone's head.
What? Okay.
Oh, so it's like Rungul just starts singing in his mind, but it goes across the group. So it's just an earworm in their brain.
Okay. Then we have Cause and Effect. Cause and Effect is the next one. And last, but certainly not least, we have... Okay, here we go. Oh, God. I gotta do that again. Because I had one and then it slipped out of my hand. Okay, here we go. Okay. Boom. Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude.
That's the word you taught me, Doc.
It is. I like it. It's a fun word. It's a German word. It describes my sense of humor very well. Okay. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have broken, earworm, cause and effect, and schadenfreude. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll work on this. All right. Without any further ado, I think that's everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let us begin. When last we left our heroes on a quest in order to try and find a way to pass over the Lake of Mist and Veils, our heroes headed towards the Junlin Wrecks. There, they hoped to find a ship seaworthy enough to be able to take them the rest of their journey to the Isle of E13, where they hope to then find transportation to Sarcosis, which I'm going to say however I want to say it. A land filled with devils and demons and the like, a place where fiends spewed forth from the world wound that once ravaged that entire nation. But why, oh why, would our heroes travel to such a heinous and horrible place? Well, it all began with the Aedara, elven gates that once upon a time were used for a great exodus from the planet Galarian, as the elves left the world in the during the period of time known as the Age of Darkness. Our heroes found several of these gates, and walking through them returned with a large quantity of time missing, strange tattoos in their body, and their biology forever changed by some mysterious force. With thanks to the help of Edward Riddleson, our heroes managed to start an investigation into what had transpired. Learned of the Black Frost whale known as Omyo, a great and powerful enemy to the Elven Kingdoms, who had apparently been exerting influence on the Aedara and many other things as well. With the assistance of a geez, I can't even remember what she was. A tribeswoman, seer, an oracle, that named Sakuichi, our heroes hope to use her visions and her portents in order to find a way to defeat the Black Frost whale once and for all. And the stars have led her to believe that the answer lays in the once proud kingdom of Sarcoris. So, that's where they're heading. Now, last week, our heroes managed to finally finish up their encounter with the nymph that was in charge of the Temple of Ragadan, a dragon god who our heroes managed to... I don't even know. It's there's ups and downs. There was a dragon. There's horrible things happened. They ran away. They sent the dragon after an enigmatic entity from the plane of nightmares and shadows who, they're... I wish I could explain what happened in this temple, but let's just start by saying that the priestess is gone, returned back to the Feywild from whence she came. The dragon is now at large, super angry at the group for having duped them. The entity, otherwise known as the Undertaker, is now battling the dragon while the group is escaping. Viv's Eidolon currently has the mouth of said creature, so it's able to talk and interact to some degree. And
He also has a corporeal form now.
Yes, there you go.
And a rotting arm with a terrible rune curse on it that we have to figure out what to do within 48 hours.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were given a cursed arm.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
Because you had the mocked by the gods plot twist, and that was that thing. Yeah, okay, cool. And you've returned to your boat with several corpses in order to try and avoid the curse of the Droga that you had inflicted upon yourself after fighting the guards of the temple. Eventually finding your way to the boat, thanks to the aid of Captain Swabby, the captain of the ship, You have boarded the vessel, but no sooner than you have loaded your corpses and your belongings onto said vessel than the ship began stirring, revealing ghosts everywhere. And it is here our adventure continues. So, the wind picks up. The sails, tattered as they are, begin to flutter in the wind. As you look around you, slowly but surely, the crew starts to come to life. As several shrouded figures begin to emerge one by one, chattering, you notice that they are rotten, decayed, drowned, frozen as they begin to emerge. The ice that was once holding the vessel now melting, causing the entire deck to become flooded and wash away the dust and debris that had gathered and collected over the years that it had been trapped here. You hear the ghosts begin to whisper, "Freedom! Freedom! Horrible, horrible freak." No, he just yes.
Hello.
Yeah. You say hello to anyone in particular, or just
Just the general crew. This is Captain Swabby's crew.
at
Hi,
this point,
Captain Swabby's crew.
Captain Swabby. They all start looking at each other. You notice at this point, Captain Swabby has not gotten on board the ship.
Uh-oh. Swabby?
Peering over the side of the ship, you notice that that Captain Swabby is still in your dinghy. Hi, Viv. Is she
Hi,
all clear up
Your crew's
there?
here. Your crew is here.
My what is my? Oh, You watch as
This
the
is your
crew then
crew.
sort of moves its way over to that side of the boat and looks down.
They seem
Nothing-
really nice.
He kind of sits down and starts turning, like trying to pretend to just be a regular captain. The ghosts then jump overboard.
Oh
And
no.
as they do, they swarm over as they say, let me go, let me go, what are you doing, As they begin to pull and tug at Captain Swabby, all of a sudden, ejected from his person is this individual. You lily-livered bilge-rats, get off me, you damn spooky specters! Crew! It's good to see you all, up and about, alive and, sort of not alive, but kicking. Well, not really kicking. Some of you don't have legs. The crew looks kind of angry. Now listen, you all may be wondering what your good old captain was doing with this bunch of red-blooded, heart-beating mortals. Well, gather round, for I have a sordid tale to tell ye. You see, when I knew that our ship had finally bitten the dust, old Captain Swabby, he did not decide to abandon his ship and grab onto the capstan and leap overboard in order to try and save his own skin. He went looking through the briny depths, sailing whatever bit of wood he can, because he is that good of a sailor, to find help to come back and save all of you. And here I am now, your savior. You're welcome. The ghosts all immediately just start like chattering to each other. You left us for dead. Yeah, I remember. You were the one who drove us in there, saying that the Junlin wrecks were full of treasures hitherto unheard of, is what you said. Yeah, and then when we got here, there was just wrecks. And then we got frozen in ice. I was cold. See? He raises his hand. It's like frozen in a block of ice. But he's a ghost, so it's just like ghost ice. You hear there's suddenly a rabble that starts gathering out, and he goes, No, listen.
Frozen ectoplasm.
Who are you going to listen to, huh? Your good, sweet, adorable captain? Or your eyes, which don't even exist anymore, huh? You're going to listen to something that didn't exist? Don't be stupid. A lot of them are like, well, I guess our eyes don't really exist. But then how do we perceive the world? How do we know without brains? How do we see without eyes? How do we speak without a tongue? Ah! Okay.
Oh, no.
As some of them have existential crisis, he goes, right, well, as always, I don't pay any of you to think. Now, our friends here need transportation, and transportation is what we be giving them. So, let loose the sails, bring up the anchor, we're going to be setting sail. And any of you that tries to possess the mute suits will be walking the gangplank. Am I clear? Aye, Captain. And they start moving around.
I just got my meat suit today. It's pretty neat.
Unfortunately, they ignore you as they're like running around. You're like, I got a meat suit. They're like, I don't care. We don't. Good for you, stranger we've never met.
It's like a kid for show and tell, but the show and tell is a meat suit. It's like, but I was really excited to show up.
Yeah, look at my flesh. I'm bleeding.
Oh. I bleed.
Okay.
Can I shoot
Captain
my grapple
Swabby.
hook at the... Oh, sorry.
Would you mind assisting us with the burial at sea? I don't know the appropriate burial rites, and we'd really love to place your friends to rest.
Would I be able to figure out the rites with an esoteric lore?
Yeah, absolutely. You can figure out the rights that you would have from your alien world and try to exert them on this these people. By all means, yes. No, go on. Esoteric. Yeah,
Or
go
we
on.
can ask the sea captain.
Go on, alien.
29.
Yeah, no, you think it's perfect. All you need is like like just some berries and some nuts, a small wooden pyre, and then right with the right crystals that you align inside of like the wrap that you would wrap him in, you would push him and he would float to join the floating lake in the sky. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're very confident this is the ritual.
Okay, yeah.
So
I
you
bring
ask
that
the-
up and I say,
well, what you'll need is
You need some crystals
you'll
and-
need the Castrovellian grav crystals. Yeah.
do you have something similar? They look like this, and I'm assuming they're like, what color are they? Like clear?
Rongo, I have a question.
What's up, Viv?
Okay,
You look
so
good,
from
by
what
the
I
way.
can tell, these bodies here are some of the ghosts over there. So maybe we ask them what they would want. Might be a good idea because that's just that guy over there. That body right there. That's just that guy.
Right, but this will work on all the bodies and all of them.
Right. Let's just ask the crew the appropriate burial at sea here.
I love doing esoteric rolls that don't work because you're on another planet. God damn it.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh no!
It's fine. Belle's just getting a mental image of them saying they wanted meat suits. Technically, they're meat suits. They might try to repossess their own body.
Oh my God,
True.
this is the most confusing funeral I've ever been to.
They'll have to decide though, because there's only what, 2?
Oh,
Can we let
No,
Captain
there were
Swabby have a
4.
moment to respond
Oh yeah, you guys are
before we
double.
start just doing anything willy-nilly. He is the captain. I'm sure he's had to perform rites before.
Aye, that I have. I am actually, the captain of a ship and can do many rites, including marrying people if I want to. I could turn you and that seagull into a happily wedded couple if I wanted to. Ha 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 ha.
Ooh.
Now, first of all, I have to come clean with you. My name isn't Swabby. I am actually
No.
Captain Adney Tinhill.
And you're not a Moor, right?
A what?
Or whatever that. What was the thing he was possessing?
A captain.
He was, and he's not a captain.
No, I'm a captain. That's a joke, you see.
What was his name again?
Adney Tinhill. Also, by the way, Cookie and Cass pulling their resources together like freaking legends have unlocked the secret menu item. Send me a PM in Discord with who you guys decide you would like to make the target of your secret menu item, and who you would like to and what crime they committed.
You said Adney Greenhill?
Adney Tinhill. Tinhill.
Tinhill, okay.
Tinhill.
Thank you.
Captain Adney.
As for the paying the respects, I oil, blanket, and fire. That's all we'll really need. But we have none of those aboard the ship. If you have
That has
any,
oil.
huh? You have oil? Ah, brilliant. Yep. I'm sure we can find some sheets to fit in. And as far as making fire goes, I think that we can manage that as well. All right, let's have ourselves a funeral then. Hey, Bart, Boyo, get over here. Two of the sailors come over. They're the ones whose bodies these are. Look at you, laying about on the job. Yes, very funny, Captain. Yeah, no, that's all really funny, Captain. I'm very happy that you made that joke and really kind of sunk in the seriousness of our current situation of being dead, thanks to your command. I don't pay you for lips, boy. Now listen, these folk are going to say a nice word to you, then set you at peace. So we're going to have a quick party for you to bid you farewell as you go on to the afterlife. What? Well, once they put your bones to rest, then you're going to be, going up to meet your maker, and you won't be here anymore, will you? But what about the rest of the crew? Well, we're going to be here, we'll be doing our best, we'll find our way to the pearly gates in the sky. Captain, I'm not so sure did I ask for your opinion? No, but you asked it, and then just shut the fuck up.
Captain, if I may, can they remove the curse themselves? Because it was their undead self that cursed my friends here.
What be you talking about, Boyo? Curses and things. This is Boyo and Bart.
Sick.
They're not cursed. You cursed, boys. No, Captain. No, Captain. No curses here.
No, we found these bodies at the temple. They attacked my two friends, and they cursed
You
them with
attacked
sickness.
their friends? We did nothing of the sort. Belay that. Don't worry.
No, it's
I
not-
know
it's
how to
not
deal
you
with
with your
folk like
corpses.
this. He
It
pats
wasn't
Rongo
you,
on
it
the
was your
shoulder.
corpses.
Yeah, it was the corpse.
Now
that's what I was
listen.
saying.
That I am a very big advocate, Captain Adney is, of very strict gun laws, okay? Just because the gun's in your hand, the gun doesn't kill people, people kill people, it's the same thing. Corpses don't curse people, ghosts curse people, okay? So you two, I've had enough of it. We are going to say a farewell to you both, as I'm going to walk you off the plank.
Oh no!
No, what?
They both look at Rongo. We cut scenes now. The group, the crowd of ghosts has gathered to the gangplank. They're tied up with ghost rope. All right, for the crime of attacking the captain's mates, you've been sentenced to re-death. How do you plead? I
God
don't.
damn it.
Honestly, I don't care at this point. Captain, I plead like this. Please don't kill me! Please, I don't want to die again. It sucked the first time, and I don't want it to go again. I didn't even know these people. I will ugly cry until you let me back on this ship, Captain. Don't do this to me. Ah! Ah! That's very good pleading. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, no. And everyone's like, you know, like, yeah, that's good pleading.
Okay,
So,
can we
we're doing the
get on
funeral?
with this funeral?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, no,
I wish
we'll
Rockwell
get
knew how
to
to
it.
remove the curse without this ritual, but unfortunately, it was the only way.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what Rockwell found out.
we're fine. He then kicks them both off the ship, and as they walk off the plank, they just and they go into the water, but then they just sort of like under the boat, and then they sort of float back up, and they join the crowd. They quickly snatch like an eye patch and like a bandana, and they're like, "Yeah, that'll teach them. Yeah, that'll teach them." Good. All right. Now on to the corpses. Okay. Now we've tied them. Now they've tied them up in the bandages and stuff like that. Cover them in oil. Set them on fire, and the captain says some words. Oh, I peeked the mic. Oh, I'm sorry.
Only with
oh.
your whistle.
Oh, with the whistle. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's fair. All right. Now listen here and listen wise. You see, when I was a small lad, onward and onward and onward, fast forward, and that was the 16th time I decided to captain a ship. Onward and onward and onward and onward.
One day later.
Honestly, I don't remember much about these two, but as someone as experienced and as magnanimous as I am, to simply have them in my vicinity immediately made them great. The both of them. We will miss you sorely, Brendan and Tart. Goodbye. He pushes them overboard, sets them on fire. They float into the sea, ablaze. Little tear comes up. You watch as the two ghosts are like, holy shit, they exploded. Did you hear that? Oh my god.
They're filled with gunpowder.
That was pretty cool. The corpses were filled with gunpowder. Oh, that's going to be the new ritual from now on. Brilliant. Tell me you guys actually heard that, though.
I did, yeah.
Nice. Excellent. Wonderful. Okay. All right.
Oh, someone clip that, please. That was awesome.
Now, we are heading past... There we go. Okay. So, onward and upward, we are heading to Egads, which is over here.
Good.
As you guys can see. And the ship is pretty stable, despite the appearance being obviously quite decrepit and dilapidated. It's actually not half bad. And you have begun your journey, traveling as best you can to Egade. Now, this will take about a week, and each day will come a random encounter. The first day's encounter has already been determined. Our heroes have been asleep, resting and recuperating. The ghosts don't need any kind of maintenance, as they are awake most of the time. In the middle of the night, Bilratar, you are awoken to the sound of footsteps outside of your door. Heavy footsteps.
Cracking one eye open, he'll just almost murmur to himself or to anyone that's in. So he's using this time, is he? As his mind immediately goes to thinking it's not Australia, it's whatever his name is.
Make a perception check.
Oh,
Brilliant.
Oh,
What is it with Bill being woken up when he's sleeping?
I don't know what it is.
Bill will not be awoken. I'm getting
Yes.
my beauty sleep.
All right. Bill turns around and closes his eyes. The next morning, Bill, you find that a piece of your beard has been shaved off.
oh,
And it's not a small, like, something you wouldn't notice. You wake up in the morning and you're like, there's like a bald spot about the size of like maybe 3 inches by 3 inches, like as a square, just perfectly missing from just below your chin.
we're gonna have to give Bill Retars here, unfortunately, a half beard.
Yeah,
For
that's
the
it.
bald spot.
Oh no, not the dwarf's beard.
oh
Very well.
boy.
For the next day, Bill is going to be storming about the deck trying to find hair or anyone that has a suitable razor, and is going to be trying to very subtly interrogate them.
All right. Who would you like to interrogate first? Again, most of the people are ghosts here, but you also have your fellow teammates. And, of course, Ostra and the Sakuichi and her guides.
Yeah, obviously he thinks it's going to be Ostra because why the hell wouldn't it at this point in time?
Okay. Ostra is at the front of the deck. He is kind of watching out to sea as he is not really fishing. He's kind of got a fishing rod next to him. It's like he's like waiting for an opportunity to fish, if that makes sense.
Why to get fun when he's used the beard hair for ties for the fishing lures now?
Could be. It's like, where'd you get the reel from? It's like made from dwarf hair.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to be serious. I don't know how well I'm going to go with this. Seriously? You're resorting to childhood pranks now?
He looks over his shoulder and looks back at you. I know you just didn't ask me that with that tone, dwarf. You calling me a child?
Well, none of the others would have the audacity to try and trim a beard. They know better.
He stands up. He kind of like turns his head. As he does, you can see his eye kind of like scouting and sort of sees the bald spot. He smiles and he says, "It's a new good look on you. Shave a bit more off and you'll be like an oversized infant. It'll match how you fight."
Oh, if only we didn't need you to lead us onto the island.
Come now, you don't need to wait for that. It's just you and me. Take your best shot. I need a good laugh this morning anyway. He steps forward and he kind of looks super aggressive. At this point, Aelith and Lashara, you guys are on a different part of the deck, and you can't hear what's happening, but you can definitely see Bill Ratar and Ostra squaring up.
Oh.
Aelith, there's a problem brewing.
Yeah. Let's go break this up.
All right.
Yes.
Before they arrived, Bill Ratar, what's your response?
Well, I mean, if he's offering a shot, Bill wouldn't be one to pass it down.
All right. Make your attack.
He's not a combat tracker, so just drop into the chat.
Yep. Oh, you take a swing, and unfortunately, it goes wide. As you do so, he very quickly and immediately turns to go and try to clobber you. At this point, Lashara and Aelith, you can intervene.
Yep.
What's happening here?
You don't stop him. He's literally gonna punch him.
I'm not going to stop him because Bill took a swing first, so I feel like he's justified to return it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like,
Lushara's all about fair justice and also fair returns.
Just wait for him to toss Bill off the back of the boat.
Can Bill swim?
also, I'm not stepping in the middle of a big old fist.
All right,
Whoa.
28 to hit.
Yep, that will definitely hit.
All right. It is a pretty decent love tap. For 11 points of damage. As he uppercuts, you just hear this like crack sound from his fist. What level are you, by the way? Sorry, just for no
We
reason.
hear level 5.
Level 5. Hold on, that might have
For
been.
no reason.
Yeah, for no reason.
Because you're hitting us with a plus 19.
No. Let me modify this the damage a little bit.
Actually, I mean,
actually
it makes
no, it
sense
doesn't
for him.
change. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I mean, it makes sense for this guy because he's
Yeah,
like
no.
the leader of them all. So.
Yeah, no. He clobbers you and thwack. There's just this huge crack across your jaw. As this happens, Lashara and Ayla step between. Rongol and Viv, you can hear the sound of a commotion. The ghosts have sort of gathered around. They're like, "Ah, fight!" There's one that kind of looks like Cass that's just sitting there going, "Fight!" She's taking bets. One that
no.
Cookie comes over. Cookie Ghost comes over and is like, taking placing bets. Miscellaneous Fool Ghost comes through, throws some bets in. Marcus the Storyteller, kind of ghost floats in and just starts like writing down like the journal of like this epic battle.
None of that. We are breaking up this fight.
Okay.
Christina throws a ghost tomato at Lushara. Boo!
That's rude.
What is
I
going
think
on
honestly,
here?
Rongul is kind of letting it happen. He's kind of been doing his own thing.
Whoa, what is going on?
Yeah. Enough. Break
All
it
right.
up.
What? Why are we fighting? Other than the two of you just hate each other?
He defiled my beard.
Your beard is a defilement.
Are we sure about this?
You yeah, there's just this, they're kind of pushing back against like some people who are holding them back and stuff. But yeah, that's what's been said.
What do you need to? And she just sees the spot and is like, "Oh, but are you sure it is Ostra? Why would he do such a ridiculous prank?"
I can tell you why. Plot twist! Plot twist! Plot twist. See? Dag does his job sometimes.
Yeah.
I do my best, Dag.
All right.
Yeah, but Bill's response to the shower doing that is he'll just glare at you, and in the gruffest voice he can muster while being restrained, saying, "You lot know better." As in, he trusts the fact that they wouldn't have done it to him.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It did come across like, "Oh, how dare!"
Yeah, it's like you
Yeah.
all should know better than to trust him. I thought it's fine.
Yeah.
No, it's,
Yeah, as in, the reason it has to be him is because you guys all know better.
Yeah.
I thought about like what if like Rangul would have, because well, one, Rangul is an alien, and two, if he needs esoteric stuff for curses and
But you've also
rituals,
had,
he
but you also had dwarfs on that planet, so and we
yeah.
interacted with them.
Oh, I guess if we did, yeah, then true. Honestly, I don't know what's on Castrovel at this point. Even though I'm an alien, I
all
don't
right.
even know.
Okay, listen, we still have to get to wherever it is we're going. Let's just take a second. Just take a second here. And not kill each other. I
And
just
no more
woke up.
pranks.
Still curious to know what you did with my hair.
I didn't touch your filthy dwarf hair. And there's no possible way I could have.
Oh, wait a minute, we're on a ship full of poltergeists.
Actually, that's very derogative. We're ghosts. Spectres, if anything.
Oh, I thought that's some of you were poltergeists.
No,
I thought
poltergeists
I
are,
was talking
poltergeists
to
are very angry spirits that have telekinetic powers. We don't have that. We can only interact with things that share our astral plane.
Oh, I thought the poltergeists were the ones that were all tricksters. You said they
No,
were
no,
tricksters.
no.
You just meant in general.
No,
You just meant, like, the personalities of
poltergeists aren't tricksters. Oh my god, what do you know about... No. Poltergeists are not tricksters. Listen, tiny human. Poltergeists are not tricksters. Don't play with poltergeists. They're like the worst ghost.
I now imagine Viv the same height as her poppet, but in human form.
Viv has very
Did any of
sanitized
you
stories of
happen to see
poltergeists.
anything?
So.
Yeah. Lushara's just going to turn to the ghosts and be like, did you guys see anything odd last night while you were going about your duties?
They all look at each other and they all shake their heads. No one seems to have noticed anything.
Strange. All right. Well, it's just like, I don't know what to say here.
Yeah. Let's just separate.
Do I
Yeah.
believe Ostra when he says he wouldn't have done that?
Make a perception check.
Let's see if the dice are nice or not. Nope, they're not very nice. Wait, why do I have a -4?
Because apparently, I think
we
you're
still have
still
the-
cursed. You
No,
have
we
to
still
take
have
the
the
curse.
frightened effect on,
Oh, yeah.
which obviously got removed from the Undertaker.
Oh, okay.
But that
So
still
I
won't
just,
help you.
yeah, it would just only be a 15.
Wait.
I can't tell. I can't read him.
My Eidolon still has the Undertaker's mouth,
Yeah, but
don't they?
I'm getting rid of them.
Oh. No, I was just for something else. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we owe the Undertaker a lot of candy.
Yeah. Maybe the Undertaker saw something.
Assuming he's still around.
I mean, his mouth is still on my Eidolon.
All right, what are you guys doing?
I'm asking the Undertaker's mouth if he saw anything.
You're asking if I saw something.
Yeah.
No, I was with you the entire evening.
Oh, no, I didn't know if you went out to check whenever I was asleep. I don't know what my Eidolon does while I'm asleep.
Kind
I
of
guess
stands and
wrong.
watches you. It's kind of creepy.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Yeah, you need to give it better instructions, you know? Go over here, sit here, pretend to eat, you know? Stuff that makes it seem less creepy, constructy, and more normal.
You Yeah, listen, I'm not used to being the main body. I'm used to being the one that's pretending to be not real, so just getting used to the new dynamic. Okay. Well, that was unhelpful. I'm sorry.
That's rude, but okay.
What's rude?
It's saying that I was unhelpful.
No, I was unhelpful. I said I was sorry for being unhelpful because I.
Yeah, but
should've
all you
probably
did was
known-
ask me.
Well, yeah, because I just kind of assumed you would be able to see things. I forgot that you're just mouth, and I felt bad.
Mouth.
That was
Ow.
mouth. Yeah, and I felt bad because I expect like you to be able to do what eyes do when you're just mouth, and that's not nice.
Bleh.
Okay.
Nothing worse. Nothing happening on the ship is making Bill feel any better about his shaved beard.
No.
Right. Well,
Would you guys like a hand with something?
I think Lushara is just gonna be like, if everyone stopped fighting for right now, she's gonna consider just leaving. She's like, I don't know what to
Yeah.
do here.
I would recommend that you create a boundary at this point in the
Yeah.
event. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at the Dead Oz Gaming channel, we are a big advocate of mental wellness and conflict resolution, as well as the natural and very poignant study of social dynamics. In this particular case, you have two people who are very abrasive to one another in a very volatile situation. If left unattended, they will likely relapse into said volatile behavior. In order to avoid this, first of all, after disengaging from that particular moment, the next thing you need to establish is boundaries, whether it's by space to allow both of them to function without interacting with one another, or boundaries in regards to what kind of topics or things can be broached in a social scenario. This is probably the next best bet for a leadership character to be able to put into place in order for the general ongoing of good vibes as we move forward. Something like Bilrata, I think we need to look into this. For the time being, look, just go to your room, see if you can do something about your thing. And Ostra, just stay the fuck away from Bilrata for now, right? Just be over there, just do your fishing, whatever, you know. These are obvious things to say normally, but by reinforcing it, you create these boundaries that are very important. And, you know,
That sounds great. We will
Dag
tell
TED Talk
Astra.
over.
Yes. Look, the two of you just need to stay away from each other, and we'll try to figure out what happened, Bill. But just please leave each other alone. We have a week of this. A week.
With several facial expressions rapidly going through his face, because he's effectively gone semi-non-verbal as he stares. You just get a very final. Fine. Why don't you have a mirror so I can at least see if I can rebraid this thing better?
Anyone have
We'll
a mirror?
find you one. Don't think so. But I'm sure we can find one on this ship somewhere.
It's a ghost ship.
Yeah, I know, but they probably have all stuff left over from when they were a real, like, non-ghost ship.
Not really.
No.
Oh, wow.
Rot, decay, broken, smashed, then flooded and washed out to sea. It is effectively an empty barge.
Yep.
Well,
So very.
what
very well.
about
I mean-
your reflection in a dagger? No? Okay. I don't know. I don't have to shave.
It's what Bill's going to have to resort to. Is he's basically going to use the
Would a
very
jade
murky.
cat have some kind of reflection in it?
Why are
A
you
jade
trying?
cat?
Why are you putting more effort in trying to find a mirror for Bilrata rather than finding out who did this?
Yeah.
Because I'm busy doing my
we
own
don't
thing.
have one.
I'm
We'll
making-
send
Then do
him
your
the-
own
I'm
thing.
spending.
Yeah.
I'm spending time making my combat grapple on my new implement.
Very well.
Okay.
I have
Yep,
to
it
spend a
just-
whole day doing it.
Sure.
Yeah, it does mean that if no one else has got a mirror, he'll try very, very hard to use whatever minor reflection he can get from the dagger or anything else in his inventory.
Bucket of water, something.
Sure.
Yeah.
You make do. As you do so, Ostra, sort of goes back to his thing. The evening comes in, and you all are really hungry. You go to the dining area, and no one's there. You begin to search around and realize that there's no food, or water, or much of anything.
I think the Smiling Wolves gave us some rations right before we left, didn't they?
They would have been consumed before you, because that would have
Before we
covered
switch boats.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Well,
Oh.
Yeah, they're definitely not giving you enough rare resources to get from Skywatch to Egade. That's far too much.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
well, perhaps some of us should assist Astra with fishing. Unless you can summon fish.
On that
For
note,
food.
Astra returns, super angry. Okay, where is that stupid dwarf?
Well, one moment.
You
what's
hungry
going
guts! Give it back! And I swear, if you've already eaten it, I'm going to rip it out of your guts.
on? What are we talking about here?
Biritar stole my fish. To get me back for his stupid fucking beard that I didn't even touch.
As you can see, there is no food here.
Because it's in his filthy dwarven gut.
What? Just raw fish?
I was cooking the fish.
Oh.
And you know dwarves, put even rocks in there, chew on rocks and eat them.
All right.
Enough.
Okay. Bill's been with us the whole time, and we have
Actually,
not
he
seen
hasn't
him
been.
take a break. Oh, I thought he was.
He
Oh,
went off to
Bill.
his room to go fix his beard.
Bill.
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 Now, how many of you would have heard cursing as he tried to rebraid, trying to constantly refix it for many hours?
I probably would have heard it if
Does it-
I'm back in the room, kind of still doing
All
my
right.
implement.
I'm going to set my Magnus to follow Bill around. Little black guy. Just follow Bill and let me know if he does anything.
You want just Magnus gets a bowl and just pushes it off the table? Don't tell me what to do. I'm a cat. Smash.
Magnus, please.
Okay.
I'm actually surprised Magnus isn't the one that trotted off with the fish.
All right. Thank you, Magnus. You keep an eye on him for me. Just to clarify, Bill, you did not steal a fish.
As you say that, you probably hear Bill's stomach growl.
Right.
Hungry for more. Greedy dwarf.
Is it possible that somebody knows that you two already have not the best feelings towards each other and is egging this on? Because it's very specific things that have been happening, but only to you two.
Only you lot.
Probably one of those times I wish Lashuntas could read minds and not just speak to people.
But why would we do anything? We want to get off this ship as quickly as possible. Why would we make it more difficult? We know that if we made things more difficult between you two, none of us are getting to the island. So why would we be the ones to do it?
I don't know. All I know is that all of my hard work today has gone for nothing. And I'm not going
Okay.
hungry tonight. He pulls out a knife.
Whoa.
Excuse.
Oh my god.
Look.
Sorry, that was a
Back
moment.
out.
That was a moment. A guy pulls out a knife. Excuse me. Pardon me,
I think-
sir, but you have drawn a
What do you think
weapon.
you're doing?
How dare
think-
you? Meanwhile, in the
Well-
previous rounds, Flame Cat, go and incinerate that person by his bones so I can loot his corpse.
While Rangul is doing his esoteric stuff to do the ritual to make his weapon the implement, he just says, "There's plenty of fish in the sea, Astra."
That's why I'm going to go and get more. He then turns around in a huff, slams the door behind him.
Okay. Nobody. We're the only people that need to eat on this ship. So either somebody is personally just messing with Bill in Austra, or there's somebody who needs to eat on the ship, or both. I think we should do a scan of the ship.
That's what I was going to suggest, that we
But-
should see if we've somehow picked up any sort of stowaway.
I do love the two very different
I
tones
also-
that is getting for the ships that I'm on. In Pray for Death, it's 2 people have been hanged. In Gatewalkers, it's, you stole my fish.
We need
Very
to
nice.
keep eyes on both of them.
Well,
Well-
you stick with us, okay?
So far, they are the ones being affected. And if we are able to keep watch, see if we see anything.
Well, why don't we split up, search the ship by deck? Let's pair up, though. I'll go with you, Bill. You and I. You know,
Sure,
I
I'm
don't
not
think we
trusting
should
anyone else to watch Bill.
well, no, she would send Aelith, but she figures we'll split up like physical combat people. All right. But no, she doesn't trust Rongol with Bill because
What?
they seem like both like, let's go fight. All right.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just kind of sitting there doing my own little ritual, but I'm still listening to everything going
it's
on.
probably more that you would stop Bill from fighting is probably
Yes,
more the
no.
key point.
Nobody trusts Rongol to stop a fight because he's just like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have my Eidolon, specifically a construct Eidolon, so its appearance can vary. Would I be able to change it from looking like Viv now?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, I think does it have to be the same like height, like medium, or can I ask them to become something little for a bit?
You can ask them to become something small. That's not a problem.
Okay. Just in case, would you be okay with turning into a little rat for a bit and just stick it on my shoulder?
Okay. He turns into a small rat, which is about the size of a halfling, which is about your size. Mouse.
I mean, if we walk around with nobody's gonna mess with us if we have this sized rat. I mean, this is a pretty good tactic. I think it's a pretty
I
good
wouldn't
idea.
mess with that sized rat, no.
It's true.
All right.
You know what?
Well, let's split up and search the ship just to make sure we don't have any stowaways. And we'll go in pairs because Rongol,
Small.
oh, you look busy. Okay. Well,
I'll keep an eye out from here, but
okay. Magnus, do you want to sit with Rongol so he's not alone?
That's been okay.
also Bill Retard eventually passes by me. I'm gonna say, Bill, take this. Might help you calm down. And I'm gonna throw Bill my bag of roots for the root magic.
No. You should double check the hex bag, make sure there's no dwarf beard hair in there.
Well, Shara saying that, he does actually open the bag
No,
on the
she wouldn't
side.
say that. She would not assume he would just
There's
go
dwarf
and
beard hair.
just cut
No, just
hair.
Okay.
No, Lishara
A little
would not
bit of
assume that
everyone's
Rongol would
hair.
do that.
There's Lushara hair, Aelith hair,
Oh, don't mess with Lishara's hair. She'll be really.
Viv
Oh, no.
Cotton. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So you begin your investigation. I need everyone to make me a perception check as you begin to search around for clues. Go, Scooby Gang, go.
For me, it's just
Hey!
where I'm kind of sitting.
It's not a single digit figure this time.
Kind of cross-legged,
Yeah.
sitting down. So
That is good.
Woo, 23.
18 for me.
Go, Viv.
I have new eyes. They have
Nice.
they have yet to be hurt by the sting of light.
Bill's
They're
got-
new.
Okay.
Just got True Vision.
Anyone who got over 28, you notice that evening that one of Sakuichi's followers, it is, I forgot her name. Damn it. Begins with a D. Frickin'.
Oh,
D.
I don't remember her name, and I don't have my notes
The,
near me.
the gruff one.
Yeah,
Then Liji.
Yes.
I have Genji, but is it Denji then?
Yeah, Deniji. So yes, you see her walking through the ship using what looks to be a large fishbone to pick her teeth.
Ooh.
I'll look over to Ayla, who's also spotted this.
Mhm.
Should we approach or tell everybody else first? I feel like approaching as like a whole group might start something, but
Yeah, I think it would be better if we just approached.
okay.
presumably Lushara and Bill are on a different deck looking around. So
Sure. Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, hi. It's good to see
Hi.
you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing alright. How are you?
Ah, wonderful.
Does this seem very different from their usual personality?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure. I remember you said they were quite gruff, so.
No. She was just, yeah. She's very direct.
There's been something happening on the ship, and we're just kind of go around asking people if they've noticed anything.
Something happening on the ship.
Yeah,
You think maybe it's haunted? She laughs.
it definitely is haunted, but no, it seems like something somebody with flesh hands would do. We kind of looks at the fishbone. Somebody might have had their fish stolen today.
Fish stolen.
Yeah.
She looks around. She says, well, I don't know about stolen, but I had this. We went out because we were feeling hungry, and we prayed to the sea gods, and yeah, we got given a blessing from Gosray, thrown up onto the deck, a campfire with a fish.
Oh, that was Mr. Ostra's fish. He threw it up because he caught it.
Well, I guess he should have kept a better eye on his fish then. Blessings to Pharasma then, for the god of fate has put such a tasty trout in our path. Because of it, we were able to feed Sakuichi and all of us. So I should be sure to thank him for the meal.
And all of you are doing okay? Sakuichi's okay? I don't think I've seen them yet today.
Oh yes, no, absolutely. Everyone's doing great. Okay, well, nice chatting with you.
Just looks to Ale because Viv's like they seem okay, but I'm not good at reading people.
Kind of throws the bone onto the ship deck and is just like.
Viv trusts Aelith to be more discerning. At this moment, Viv is okay to think, oh, it was just genuine misunderstanding. So it's trusting Aelith to actually consider the ramifications.
I would suggest next time, just don't take things. It is causing problems, and we don't want to have a fight on our hands. So ask around before taking anything.
She looks at you and she says, "What do you mean, ask around? We did ask. We asked the gods. The gods provided."
What have the gods been providing recently besides fish?
They provided guidance. They provide clothing for the cold. They provide food for the scarce times, water when we need it. Everything. Gods provide all the things. Do you not believe in the gods?
It's not that. It's just we also have a friend who lost some of his hair, so I was wondering if somebody was in need of a wig lately.
No.
There's that
But,
much missing.
But I did hear somewhere that there was a Skrendelsnut somewhere on board the ship.
What's a Skrendelsnut?
A Skrendelsnut? A Skrendelsnut. It's a little mischief demon creature. It brings bad luck and bad fortune to travelers. Steals things from them, hides them in places. Skrendelsnut.
How do you know how to find them?
Ah, easy. If you have a bowl of cream with sugar in it, they come running. It's their favorite thing to eat. And then you hit them with a shoe.
Oh. Oh no. Does it have to be a shoe specifically? It can't just be like.
Yep, has to be a shoe. Nothing
Oh
else.
my. Well, thank you, and Viv will say that a bit louder so that if anybody else is near that deck at this point, any of the other three, they'll hear. We'll keep on the lookout for Skrindlesnick, and just if the gods give you fish, maybe ask if the gods meant that fish should be served for somebody else first, then go for the fish, because the gods might be giving it to another person. Just check.
That's a good way to put it. She kind of hears your words and looks at Aelith and sort of like kind of nods. She kind of smiles, not in like a cheeky or sarcastic way, but she genuinely doesn't seem to understand too much. Now, for those of you who wish to know a few things culturally, because everyone in their tribe are very closely related and closely in family, they don't have quite the same concept of things like possession. You don't trade money for things, you just do things. If you want food, you bring back food for everyone and everyone gets to eat. If you don't have enough food, you pray to the gods provide food. That is food for the tribe, not food for any one individual. So you can tell from the way that she's been like sharing what she'd found, like with the other survivor, with like Sakuichi and stuff like that. They're just living the way that they normally do. So like the concept of asking the gods for, like it's like, who is this for? It's like, what do you mean for? What do you mean who it belongs to? What do you mean who owns this? They're kind of just struggling with that concept. But they're they respect that something's amiss and they're trying, and you can tell that Denji's trying to compensate and do stuff with that. Okay.
Bye.
So, because Viv said the Skrindlesnit out loud to where we could hear it. Esoteric lore does give me, it's a skill that I can use to to recall knowledge of creatures of any type also, as well as the haunts and curses.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use esoteric lore to see if I know what a Skrindlesnit is? If I had either heard about one on my planet, or maybe from books that I've read here, because
Neil.
I think of
Yes, you can. Just fucking roll
Sorry.
it. Oh my god.
I know. I'm sorry. Just
So many words to say nothing.
okay. Sorry. 30.
Okay, with a 30, no, you have not heard of a Skrendelsnut, but something that has been known in your world to cause bad luck is a polyak. It's kind of like a monkey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Viv, Aelith, can I talk to you?
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
And then I kind of, when they get closer, I kind of whisper to them and say, what she described reminds me of a polyak on my planet. It looks kind of like a monkey, but it brings bad luck. So
What?
I don't know what she's describing, but if it sounds familiar to what I have, I would keep an eye out for a monkey-looking creature.
I mean, that makes sense. We're in the middle of a very magical water. We're in the middle of very magical waters, heading to even magicaler waters. So it makes sense that there would be spirits, especially if there's so many shipwrecks here. There'd probably
See
be a
if the
lot of
ship
battles.
had a. See if the crew had a pet monkey. Maybe if there's a ghost monkey around. It's the only thing I could think of. But otherwise, yeah, keep an eye out for a monkey-like creature.
I'll ask Captain Floppy if he knows of any type, like specific types of spirits like this Grindlesnake here, because he's been in these waters, so he may know better what's going on.
Okay. Then I go back to work.
All right. As you go to approach Captain Swabby, Biruta, you and Lashara are kind of already where Captain Swabby is by the helm. You hear one of the crewmen as they approach Captain Swabby and say, Captain, we've got sails coming in from the south. Sails, ye say? Lashara, hold the wheel for me.
Got it.
Oh God! No, we're going to. No, it's fine. No, you're good. You're good. You're fine. I'm just messing. I'm just messing with you, lass. Don't worry about it. You know, ships don't do that.
Okay.
All right. He pulls the ghost spyglass out and looks through it. As he does so, he says, that be odd. Red sails with the mark of the cross. That be a Chelish ship. What be a Chelish ship doing so far to the north? Best to make haste, lads. If they're a Chelish Navy ship and they see us, they may decide to sink us. Yes, that's right. They'll sink us. But Captain, we're a ghost ship. Surely shut your filthy whore mouth and listen to me when I am fucking talking. Take the boat and ran the wind. You hear people like sort of like, oh, the guys hop to, and you know the sail begins to catch. Slowly but surely, around from the back, Lashara and Bilrata, you see the sails getting closer and closer. It is a Chelish warship on your tail.
Oh, boy. Do they just attack random ships?
If they're pirate ships, yes. Otherwise, no. But you aren't sailing any flags.
I don't know anything about warships or pirates.
Sorry,
Bill.
before I forget, Aelith and Viv, cause and effect the conversation with the survivalist about stealing fish. Cause and effect. It's our next plot twist.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. Lusharo asked Bill if he knows anything. She doesn't know anything about warships, pirates, that sort of thing. But Bill's been around, so she's
Yeah.
going to ask him.
Bilrata, make me a society check, please.
Oh no. That laugh.
All right.
It's technically a 15.
I mean,
You've
I'm
still got
trained
his-
in society,
You've still got
but
his,
I don't know if I would know anything.
second from the curse.
Oh yeah. That's still you are still. Oh, actually no. You guys aren't sickened anymore. I did forget.
Yeah, 'cause-
Yeah.
All right, done and done. All right, so you know the following. Cheliax is a nation far to the south side of the Avestanian continent. It is ruled by the devil-worshipping Thrune family. Queen Abigail Thrune III is current queen, or Infernrix matriarch of the empire, and it spans its reach over a few different countries from that location. The navy is a very formidable one, as it is a coastal coastal city, and the sailors from there are renowned for their military tactics and warfare upon the ocean. Because the Lake of Mythenvale is quite large in and of itself, sailors from Cheliax can navigate it just as easily as they can the ocean. Mendev, which is the place you are heading towards, was part of the Shining Crusade. So a large number of Chelish individuals were brought there to fight in the Crusades against the World Wound and the forces of the Demons of the Abyss. With the World Wound having closed, likely Chelish soldiers have been trying to very surreptitiously set up bases and camps around this region now that they have the personnel to do so. This Chelish warship is a beauty, though. Quite a substantial. It's not a dreadnought, but it is a quick vessel. It is one of their rather racy but armored sloops.
Basically an interceptor.
Yeah.
To catch people, yeah. Obviously some of that information will go across, but Bill will probably just be more like, look, if they're coming after us, it's unlikely we'll outrace them. Clearly something's got their attention.
All right. So we should prepare to be boarded? Is that the right naval terms?
You can suggest that to the captain.
Yeah, Captain.
Aye, aye. What be it, helmsman?
Yes, she's still clinging for dear life. It doesn't seem like we're going to be able to outrun that ship.
Mm-hmm.
Should we let them come up beside us or whatever that is? And
Let them come
see what
up.
they need?
And what? Invite them over for tea? Tell them, oh, by the way,
no.
we're filled with ghosts and specters and boogity ghouls and things.
Well,
Don't mind us.
You
We're
could
just down to
hide.
the skeleton crew. Har, 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 har.
very funny.
And,
You could hide and we can see what they want.
Oh, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Okay. Raise the sails. Wear anchor. Allow them to come
No.
past.
Okay.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You watch as he takes off his captain's hat and puts it on Lashara.
Ah, okay.
Goodbye.
Yep.
And they all disappear.
Okay.
The ship then just sort of like
Have a ghost
puddles
hat.
puddles to a stop.
I mean, if they're gonna get us anyway, you might as well have time to prepare. Okay, I think I can let go of this now. All right.
Yeah. And if we welcome them with open arms, maybe they'll be kind to us.
The boat starts to list because like no one's on the helm, so it's sort of like sides.
Ah! Oh, she goes back to holding it.
You corrected.
How do you make this not move?
It's getting there. It just needs to stop eventually. So eventually
Okay,
it drags and eventually stops, and the ship pulls up alongside. As this happens, the ship that pulls by you is known as the Red Duchess.
Yeah, I imagine before they caught up, we all just rounded up and were like, Lucia are just like, look, we can't outrun this Chalice ship. Bill says it's going to be way too fast, so we decided we would just, see what they wanted, and maybe if we were, friendlier, that we could be on our way faster. So she just let everybody know, including Sakuiji and her group. And the ghosts are gonna hide. So let's just not mention the ghosts in case they have a problem with that.
Keep your hands away from any weapons. We don't want to cause any
No,
suspicion.
we don't want them to have any excuses to do anything to us.
Well, sure, Captain Swabby made you captain.
Am I still wearing the ghost hat? Oh, yes. I'm. It's just like, oh, ghost hat. Oh no, ghost hat. Is it gone? Is it gone?
You kind of wash it away and it disappears.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Okay. Yes. We'll just pretend we are captaining the ship ourselves. Astra,
All right.
please don't start a fight.
Astra says, "If they try to invade, I will kill them."
Okay.
Oh no.
Fair, but
Aelith is going to kind
we
of
want to
move a little
talk
bit
first.
closer to him.
yes. I completely understand, but let's just see what they want first, and then we can act as needed.
I'm just letting you know that they will not stop my quest, even if I have to kill them and take their ship instead.
Understood.
As the ship pulls around, the Red Duchess pulls to the side, and several boardwalks are established between the two ships. At this stage, an individual walks onto the deck. Do I have a picture? Sorry, one moment. Oh, the Red Duchess is infamous. They were all House-Throne loyalists who fought brutally to maintain Chilaxian rule amidst revolution here. They are rebel hunters from this region. There you go.
Hmm.
Who's rebelled?
Okay. Sorry, one moment. Where is... Here we go. You gonna give me a picture? Maybe not. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, one moment. Aha! There we go. Okay.
Ooh, he looks cool.
Oh, okay.
This individual steps aboard. Who's in command of this vessel? Come now, speak up.
Oh,
Belle will glance at the shower.
yes, I am.
Oh, I
And-
was getting ready to.
And you
Gibbs
might
first
be...
mate. I'm sorry.
And you might be...
I am Lushara. And you are?
I am Captain Katari Lambosa. Oh, hang on. Nope, I got her picture. Hold on. Haha. That's why I can't find it. Yes, that's the one.
Oh, she's
Ooh,
scary.
they look so cool.
Whoa!
They're very cool and scary.
Oh, I love them.
There we go. I knew she was around here. Just needed to find her. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I am Captain Katari Lambosa. And this ship is under our command.
Why exactly?
First and foremost, this is a stolen vessel. The Mermaid's Tear was once a Chelish naval ship conquered by pirates. Lest my surprise when our ship ran upon one of our own, but not piloted or bearing the flags of her great Infernux Majesty, but instead to be a nameless, flagless vessel. You are all to be arrested and tried as pirates.
Pirates? Look, we found this ship in a ship graveyard. We didn't know it was owned.
A likely story. If that were the case, then I suppose that there is no plunder or loot anywhere aboard this ship that might incriminate you as pirates.
I don't think so. No. She's thinking, like, did we see anything? No, ever seen anything to be washed overboard.
Then I suppose you will not mind if our soldiers take a look. She barely waits for a response as she gestures. The soldiers come on board and begin to, search around. It takes a little bit of time for this to happen before eventually they show up and they whisper something to, her. She then says, well, it appears as though there is no treasure or loot, or at least anything that can be claimed as such, aboard your ship. In fact, barely enough rations to be able to get you to landfall. Which marries the story that you are indeed riding this ship with, well, having salvaged it, shall we say. However, it hardly seems like a wreck to me. However, you have still been found guilty. And that is guilt of harboring a fugitive from the Chelish Empire. Bum bum bum.
What's the Chelish Empire?
The Chelish Empire is the glory of her infernal queen, whose reach stretches out even far beyond the lake of Mist and Vale. All those who serve under the glorious eye of the family of Thrun receive blessings from this and the realms beyond in order to perform her most magnanimous will.
I'm sorry if I was rude.
You are
I'm
not
not
rude.
from around here, so...
As you are not from the Empire, your ignorance is to be expected.
So
Now
who
you're
is
late
this fugitive we're supposedly
She raises her finger
harboring?
and she points directly at... Could you imagine if I ended the stream now? Like, just...
Cass would kill you.
I'm assuming you're
fight
gonna.
you.
That's what we're assuming.
I was double check to see if it was a blip time as well, but no.
Is
Could have
it
been.
is it just the one or two? Because it was both Cass and Steve.
I think they
Well,
pulled.
no, I think they
I think
teamed
they
up for
pulled
one.
their
Yeah.
resources. They pulled their resources for
Yeah.
one. It is none other than Bilrotar who is being pointed at.
I was
Yeah,
just
we
about
can
to...
move
Are you
on.
kidding me? But Bill, oh damn.
Oh no.
You, sir, Bilrotar of the clan, are to be
The
tried
Bilrotar clan.
for your crimes against the Chelish Empire. And you, the rest of you, to be tried as harboring a fugitive and transporting them across Chelish waters, no less, in a vessel that has been stolen from the Chelish Empire. You have much to answer for, and we will be conducting our assessment of your guilt right now. As this happens, though, you hear from the back, like right at the back where, the soldiers and stuff are, you hear this. As Ostra is just laughing his ass off, like just at the back.
Wow.
Astra, who, by the way, runs a mercenary company known as the Obsidian Oath of Hobgoblins, who has murdered countless people in cold blood, raided, pillaged, and pilfered everything. And the Chelish don't know about him. Right? They don't know jack about him. And so it's like, sir, please stand back. These people are dangerous. He's just like...
They didn't assume everybody was part of it, just us. I see how it is.
Well, he's a hobgoblin. Either he's in charge or he's not working with you guys. It's reasonably sound but slightly racist logic.
Well, what is the crime he's accused of?
Eating a fish. No, I'm just kidding.
His crime is for aggravated assault against a Chelish public official. No less than the director of the Hobgoblin Outreach and Reconciliation Program.
Oh.
What? What? Are you kidding me? Now I can say, are you kidding me?
No!
All right, internally, Lushar is like, that sounds about right.
And that's why Astra's laughing.
And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Oh, no!
Now, we do still have 2 plot twist cards. I was going to go with the Skrindleschnott as the earworm, but Mac didn't respond back and forth with me on that one, so I'm going to keep that one for next week, and we'll
I'm
try.
sorry, I didn't know what you wanted.
You don't need to say sorry. It's fine.
I didn't know what you wanted me to do.
No, because if I can't make you do it, then I failed. I have failed, not you. You're fine. But yes, I will hold that one for next week. But I want you to know that I made an attempt. That's all that's important, is I made an attempt. And the second one is broken, so we still need to have those 2 still for next week.
I just assumed that would be
What was
Bill's
the
sword
earworm
again.
That was the Skrindleschnott. It's like the Skrindleschnott, the Skrindleschnott, the
The meme.
Skrindleschnott, the Skrindleschnott, the Skrindleschnott, and then just keep saying the word Skrindleschnott.
Oh, okay.
That was yeah.
Like saying it 3 times. And
Yeah.
Skrindleschnott will show up and eat
Okay.
you.
You were trying to get my echolalia against me, I see.
I was a little bit. Okay.
How dare
Yes. Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Skrindleschnott?
Muffin Man?
Exactly. All right. So guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys had a good time. We will be back next week to put Bill Ratar on trial. So so there you go.
It's fine. The rest of the party probably thinks it's overdue.
That's
Lushar is like, this sounds about right. This sounds like something Bill would do. So, but she's not
That's half
gonna say it,
imagining
but
the
she's
tree-
thinking it.
Tree slaughter to show up and be like, there's no trees within miles.
All right, guys. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. We do not have Curse of the Crimson Throne on tomorrow. However, we will be back for Reign of Winter on Wednesday, so be sure to tune in for there. Rob! What are you doing? I'm leaving! Now I have
Rob!
Now I have to bounce rates, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
gotta
Let me
rage
tell
me.
you about Robert Hartley GM. Okay. So this is it. This is a Rob. So Rob's rating me. So Rob's gonna get an affirmation. Okay. So this is a dag formation for Rob. So first of all, Robert Hartley DM, world-renowned, award-winning dungeon master from New Zealand, member of the Viva La Dirt League cast, as well as in his own right as a Dungeons and Dragons content creator. One of the honestly the best improvers and the best character designers and storytellers in the field for sure. Tell them you're the best DM in the world. You're okay. You're fine. In your field of Dungeons and Dragons, you're tops. I'll give you that. You know. But come across the other side of the path and fight me. And you know,
fighting words.
Here's the unless you lose it. You don't lose it, Rob. That's not how it works. You don't lose it. Okay, you keep it. That's it. You're it. You're the 2024 winner. That's forever. And fuck anyone who tries to take that from me. They can
Rob
come,
goes
they
to
can
the
come,
past and
yeah, they
wins
can
it.
come pry my award from my cold dead hands. Anyway, so here's a dag formation. Right now here's one of the things. when I started role playing and stuff like that, I always found myself like really struggling to find a place to find a place where I could properly express myself and have the freedom to really truly explore this game that I enjoy, this role playing game. The first time I interacted with Rob, and Rob turned around and said, "Make anything you fucking want." As a joke, I turned around and said, "I want to play a magic sword," right? Just to say, fuck it, he said anything. Magic sword, let's go. The fact that till this day I have never presented Rob with anything that he has not only been able to handle with grace, poise, and a creative and improv mind, but also made sure that each and every one of these characters has had a very special and very poignant place in my heart as a creator and as a human being who loves role-playing games, is a testament to Robert's skill, poise, and efforts as a game master. So if you haven't had a chance to, definitely go and check out Robert Hartley GM's games. Go and watch his live streams, and if you get a chance to actually play with him in person, by all fucking means. And by the way, guys, if you want to play with Rob in person, and I'm just saying this as a thing, go and check out the Robert Hartley GM Patreon, because Rob has been a busy bee traveling around the world and setting up meetups to be able to not only interact and say hi to people who happen to be in the area he is in, but also those who are Patreons of Robert's channel get an opportunity to potentially play with him live in person in fleshy bits, right? When he has to be. So there you go. It's yes, you're allergic to genuine praise. Well, too bad I miss you, and it feels like it's been too fucking long since we've gotten to hang out, right? So you're getting this, because this is way more uncomfortable for you than it is for me. But no, in truth though, Rob is also a colossal asshole. He is a honestly, like, you can see why New Zealand is the smaller island. It's just like the little things that make them happy, no, I'm not gonna say that, but anyway, yeah, but nonetheless,
Do not promise.
But for those of you who don't know who I am, guys, my name is Marco. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here pretty much every other day, playing Pathfinder, doing cool stuff. Pathfinder is like D&D, but worse. Pathfinder's like D&D if D&D was actually cool, okay? Just putting that out there, just saying it, okay? And Starfinder's coming out soon as well, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, come fight me. All right, we are going to go and raid someone. God, it's been so long since I've raided someone because no one's awake. I'm awake, but no one else is awake. Let's see who is out and about, who is doing some stuff. Who are you? You're playing Marvel Rivals. I'm playing Marvel Rivals, so I've got a lot of Twitch people I'm following. Hey, Maddie. Thank you everyone for the follows. Thank you people who are following the channel. I hope it's worth it. Yeah, we should do a one-shot Rob. We should just, something. We should just do something just for fun. We could play a do or die game. That'll be fun. Okay, here we go. Raid. Random raid. Where are we going to send Robert and my fans today? There's a monster hunting story. Is that Robert? No, Robert's not live. No way. Hi, yes, back.
Somebody in chat wanted to know a bit about the a quick rundown of the campaign.
Oh, yeah, of course. Now, for the current campaign that we're playing, Gatewalkers, this is a Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure in which several individuals went through an elven gate known as the Aedara, disappearing for 8 months and returning with no memory of what had transpired. With the help of an enigmatic doctor from a Lovecraftian-inspired country known as Ustalav named Edward Riddleson, the group had basically been on a quest to try and figure out what had happened in those months and what had happened in their to that missing time, only to learn that a great and powerful evil psychic whale by the name of Omyo the Black Frost was responsible for removing the memories of our heroes. Along their journey, they met a prophet and an astral reading oracle named Sakuichi, who was guided to meeting our heroes and was supposed to unite with them and travel with them to find a way to defeat Omyo once and for all before he can exact his revenge on the elven kingdoms that imprisoned him so many eons ago. working together and working hard, our heroes are now traveling from the Skywatch, which is where they met Sakuichi, to the World Wound, where our heroes have received portents from the heavens that this is where you will find answers for defeating the powerful whale. And that is the thing. That is what is happening. Yeah. Ta-da!
Yay.
And right now, our heroes are currently being invaded by a Chelish ship, which think of them as basically Pathfinder Nazis. The Pathfinder Nazis are currently trying to arrest Bilratar for being a public menace, and so there's now going to be a courtroom debacle thing going on. Yeah, there we go. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are 2 Pathfinder games going on.
Also, we're level 5.
You are level 5. Yes, you are level 5.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. There's this really cute group called the Misfits. They're playing Pathfinder 2e on the board Boar Plays, which I love puns and alliteration. That's amazing. And they've got these cute little animated characters. I know nothing about them, but they have 6 viewers. We're going to go and raid them with a nice big raid. Because, you know, like, honestly, I remember when we were a little and small upcoming group as well, and nothing feels better than when a large and amazing group of people get to see what we can do. So let's show some love, you know, stick around for maybe 5-10 minutes, you know, get some love hearts going, get some applause, you know, get these guys hyped up, make the baby streamers cry, you know, that's the goal. All right, guys? Okay. In the meantime, however, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you so much for listening. Again, my name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. And until we meet again, as always, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks!